Welcome to the Randummies podcast with your hosts, Dr. Paul Banks and Jim Mooney. And remember, always stay random-esque.
What's up, Randummies?
Hey, Randummies, how are you?
Yes, welcome to the Randummies podcast, where we say, always stay
Random-esque.
We're your hosts, Jim and Paul. And Paul, guess what? We're out in the wild.
We're on TV. We made it to TV.
Yeah, we made it to TV. And in the immortal words of Ed Norton, hello out there in television land.
And we have not one, but two guests today.
Wow, we have two guests today. Who are our two guests, Paulie?
Well, we have the New Jersey bad boy comedian Mike Marino.
All right, Mike Marino in the house.
And Elizabeth Clee, who is the
Elizabeth Clee in the house.
Director of Communications in Clark, New Jersey.
Yes, we do. We have two topics of conversation with some folks today. We also have some other topics of conversation today. First, we'll have some Yo Paulie advice.
Priceless advice.
For our Randummies out there in television land. With our good friend, guess who's coming today? Your favorite guy, TP Bob.
TP Bob's making an appearance?
TP Bob's going to be here today. Yeah, I think I saw him out there.
I should have taken my anti-anxiety meds.
I think he was stealing toilet paper from
man.
the municipal building.
Oh, my goodness.
Or at least he was turning it under instead of over.
Oh.
I think he was creating havoc in the men's room there.
That's
anyway,
what he does.
Again, we're going to have a great conversation today with comedian Mike Marino, New Jersey's bad boy. And then we're going to bring in our psychic extraordinaire, Jimmie The Moonificent.
Man. Jimmie The Moonificent, always entertaining.
He's going to make an appearance. We love when Jimmie is here.
Yeah, we do.
I think he came in on the Muller Express last night. What do you think?
After he got a root canal on the Muller Express.
I think he did get a root canal on the Muller Express. I still think that's a great idea for a film about a dentist who does dentistry on the Muller Express. And you could play that part because you're a dentist, right?
Yeah, some days.
Some days? On Sundays or some days?
Some days.
Oh, some days. Okay. Anyway, finally, we're going to meet with Elizabeth Clee, the Director of Communications here for the town of Clark. And we're going to talk about the activities that are going on this year in Clark and all the fun stuff that the town has planned. So, as such, we would like to thank the town of Clark for hosting us today. And you want to check them out at ourclark.com. That's ourclark.com. And a reminder to our Randummies out there that we are taping live next week in front of an audience, as we are going to do every last Wednesday of the month at 16 Prospect in Westfield, and that'll be from 6:30 to 8. It's going to be a fun show. We have it all planned out. It's like what I like to say is it's a coffee house feel with a wine attitude, essentially.
And what will make it really fun is the more people that attend, the more fun we're going to have.
Absolutely, and we're going to have a random instant guest. We're going to draw somebody from the audience, and they come on for an instant 5-minute segment on the podcast.
And they will be an instant randomie.
But more to come on that, and you can go check that out at Randumesque on our YouTube channel. And there's a promo out there called 16 Prospect Promo. There's a trailer and a promo. Tells you all about our live show for that information. And now on with the shoe. Okay, and check out Mike Marino's upcoming tour schedule at MikeMarino.net. That's MikeMarino.net for ticket information and showtimes. Funny comedian, great comedy, entertainment. And we'd like to thank our sponsors. Our newest sponsor, 16 Prospect Restaurant.
Yes, yes.
In downtown Westfield, noted over here on the board. Paulie likes to call it our cheers, right, for the incredible food and beverages.
And every time you walk in there, you know somebody.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I just feel at home when I'm at 16. So, and Plum Park Dental Excellence. You know, like Ted and Bill's Excellent Adventure or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. With our good partner here, Dr. Paul Banks. Why did I do that like a cowboy? Are you a cowboy?
Yeah, I'm just wanted dead or alive.
And you can check out Dr. Paul Banks at FlorinParkDental.com. FlorinParkDental.com for more information. And he likes to make smiles.
Smiles that you can see for
For
miles.
He can see for miles and miles. Anywho, and if you look around the set today, the tablecloth, the coasters, the backdrops, the shirts, Minuteman Press here in Clark. We are your branding and printing partners. Seamus, Bridget, and I are there for your printing needs. And you can visit us at nj213.minuteman.com. That's nj213.minuteman.com. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Paulie. How are you?
I'm good.
So, you know, we have some, Yo Paulie, right? Yo Paulie, is that how you say it?
What did you say?
Is that how you say it, Yo Paulie?
That's how you say
Is
it.
this your advice column thing, right?
Yeah, on my ears.
Do you want me to read this for your studio, your audience out there in
Are you
television land?
Are you able to?
Absolutely.
What's your education? Did you graduate high school?
I did, sir. I have higher education, too.
Did you go to that Archbishop Bryan school?
I did go to Archbishop Bryan High School for boys. That's right, Paulie. You went to that Northeast High School, right, Paulie?
I did. It's a
Okay.
high academic institution.
It is a high academic institution. And then you got School of Hard Knocks over at Country Club Diner.
Anyway,
So we have some Yo Paulie advice for our Randummies. I'm TP Bob, and I'm part of the K-Mart Rat Pack here on the Randummies show. I'm here to read the letters for Yo Paulie.
you know, we only have one person in the rack back.
No, it's me and Bobette.
Oh, so I
I
forgot.
think Jimmie The Moonificent's kind of part of it too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, right? So I
Yeah.
think we have 3 members, and I am the premier member of the K-Mart Rack Pack.
Okay.
So since Jim, your partner, boy, he's never here when I'm here. He has to be on some random conference call.
Is that kind of like when Superman and Clark Kent are never together?
Yeah, I think that's definitely it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So he has to be on some random conference call for his printing business over here in Clark, that Minuteman Press over there. So
Does anyone out there understand what he's saying? Does anybody please call into the show if you can understand that?
just have Bridget do some subtitles, okay?
We need subtitles.
You do pay her to do subtitles, don't you?
It's easy watching a Russian feature film without subtitles.
Anyway.
Jeez.
Anyway, Paulie, you gotta give some Yo Paulie advice.
Yeah, and you're going to read the letters, is that correct?
I'm gonna read the letter. The first one is a doozy.
Can you read it so I can understand it?
I will try.
Okay.
How's your new multicolored toilet paper working there, Paulie?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really great.
I think we have it here on set. I brought it with me over there. So I go grab it. There you go, Paulie.
Do you carry this toilet paper all around?
I do. Well, you know, I worked down at Scott Paper down by the airport in Philly.
I never knew Scott Papertown made multicolored toilet paper.
They sure do, Paulie.
The dye's got to come off.
And we got the Mrs. Roper wear over there, too. The Mrs. Roper collection made by that French manufacturer called Gildon.
Oh man, did I sign up for this?
Anyway, well, I got to do a little bit of, TP promotion to Miss Roper and K-Mart Rack.
Wait, you're promoting toilet paper?
Yes. Yeah. I work for, Scott Paper there down by the airport now.
You're promoting toilet paper?
Yeah. What would you promote?
And clothing with an iron-on Mrs. Roper.
That's correct. It's made by a French manufacturer called Gudon.
You have a happy life, don't you?
I sure do.
Okay.
Bob Batman. Anyway, let's get into the Yo Paulie here. You ready? This sounds like an incredible idea when I'm reading this one, Paul.
Oh, okay, let's have it.
Yo Paulie, since you're a big celebrity and all, with all your cool following with the Randummies like the great TP Bob, that's me, I think we should all sign a petition to name a rest stop after you on the GSP. For people who don't know, that's the Garden State Parkway. Maybe right around exit 135 in Clark. Wow, that's like right here.
That is right.
That is right here. Get this, Paulie. This sounds like a fantastic idea. And we could name it the Yo Paulie Molly and the TP Bob service area. Especially that you need TP on a service area, right?
You're gonna have that multicolored stuff at the toilet.
Yeah, with just mine. I think that sounds like a terrific idea.
Oh God, I'm sorry I said it.
What do you think of that brilliant idea? And Yo Paulie sign, I need the rest and some TP on the GSP.
Oh.
Now, look, the Yo Paulie Molly and TP Bob service area sounds like a brilliant idea. What do you think?
I don't like it.
Why not?
Because you got to think of a better word that rhymes with Paulie.
You don't like Paulie and Molly?
And
well, there's a lot of malls here in Jersey.
and putting you on the same rest stop as me.
Don't you think that heightens it a little?
If that's what you think. Anyway, so do your rest and some TP.
Mr. Rest and TP.
Mr. Rest and TP.
I guess it's Mr.
Well, TP Bob, even though I appreciate the thought, I'm not worthy of having a rest stop after me.
I think it sounds like a really good idea, Paul.
And you are certainly not worthy.
I definitely am.
Well, you live in Philly, and you know, you're nice and you're a funny guy, but I don't want his name with mine, first of all. Perhaps, maybe, instead of naming a rest stop, maybe they should name a beverage for Jim and I at our favorite bar restaurant. Have a drink named after us.
That sounds like a good idea,
I think
too.
it'd be cool,
but you could have both. These are both independent of each other.
I don't think...
I really think you should be going for this idea.
I think if you name that rest stop, people will stay as far away from that west stop as possible. I think they'd say, I'll take a dump at the next one. I just couldn't walk in there seeing that name for a rest stop. Gotta pee? I'll wait till the next one. 7 miles, we're good.
Can't you imagine like this multicolored toilet paper everywhere in a rest stop? It could be really like colorful. It'd be really cool. And it would be like the Yo Paulie Molly. I think that sounds like a really good idea.
Anyway, on to the next one.
You don't like that idea, huh, Paulie?
You know what, Bob? As much as I appreciate your thought process,
well,
which I know is extremely limited.
That's not my thought process. It was this guy that wrote it in. This guy.
No, I understand that, but you're elaborating on it.
Ah.
As much as I appreciate that, I have to give that a hard no. I like the beverage being made. Maybe even a drink named after you as well. You can decorate the glass with toilet paper.
Okay. All right, on to the next one now.
Clean toilet paper.
Clean. Yo, Paulie, I was doing some research and I looked up who Clark, New Jersey was named after. Oh, wow, that sounds pretty cool. I was very disappointed that it was named after Abraham Clark. Oh, wonder why. A signer of the Declaration of Independence. Huh. I was hoping it was named after someone more important like Clark Kent of Superbad fame. If not him, then maybe like a Clark bar, a very delicious candy bar. It's a candy bar with crunchy peanut butter and spun taffy center covered in milk chocolate. Very delicious with me, and I will say, Pauline, it is very delicious. What can we do to name this town after either? No, I mean, named after a person who signed the Declaration of Independence? That's just not right. Also, shout out to Vaccaro's Bakery for the best carrot cake ever.
Vaccaro's Bakery in Clark. They're in Clark, New Jersey, right?
They're in Clark, New Jersey. That's correct. Signed by the Clark Knot.
Dear Mr. Why the Clark Knot, I'm sorry you're disappointed, but I think naming this after someone who signed the most important, naming the town after someone who signed the most important document in the history of the United States is a little more important, a lot more significant than a fictional crime fighter, newspaper journalist. Even the Clark Bar, which I may add is a delicious confection.
That's very good.
Neither comes close. Maybe you need to read up on Abraham Clark and reconsider. And yes, Vaccaro's does produce some delicious sweets. I've not been there since it reopened with new ownership. I'll have to have Jim and you and I have to check that out. But I think that we need to keep this. This is you can't just remove like change it from Abraham Clark. That's like taking Fonzie out of Happy Days.
Yeah,
You can't do it.
I got a question for you about the Declaration of Independence, Paulie. Do you know where they signed it?
Yeah, at the bottom.
That's correct. That's right. Very good, Paulie. Boy, I can't slip one by you.
No, you can't. So,
I'm going to have to go with you on this one. I would say someone that signed the Declaration of Independence. That's probably more important.
do you know where they signed it? City?
Philadelphia.
That's right. Do you know where?
At the bottom.
What part of Philadelphia?
Center City. I think,
They signed it on the subway? Or the L?
I think they took SEPTA there.
They took after that.
Oh, God, we're going to get into another SEPTA conversation now.
Anyway, I think we've exhausted this.
I think I have to go with you on that one, Paulie. Anyway.
SEPTA is the best way to travel to get to a sporting event, however.
Make sure you go down to K-Mart rack and get your Mrs. Roper wear, get your Dennis Rodman collection wear down there at the K-Mart rack. Do you have any? Did you finally go get some Dennis Rodman collection wear, Paulie?
No, I value my clothes and what I wear.
You value your.
The type of clothes I wear.
You know, I had to collect all my clothes off my lawn again. My wife threw them out the front window. My whole Dennis Rodman collection looked like an explosion on the lawn.
Well, what did you do to justify that?
I turned the TP over versus under, and that really made her mad. I've been taking your cheap advice about toilet paper should roll over, not under, and we're still in a debate about it. I think Bobette's going to have to make another appearance.
No! No!
Yeah, she'll be around with her Mrs. Roper collection.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yeah, so,
No,
yeah.
I do not want. No, that's like between the two of you. I could take you, but having both of you, that's like stereophonic agita. I don't want.
Well, she really likes you. And
She can call me.
The fact that she bought you this multicolored TP is unbelievable. You know, she's cheaper than me.
Yeah, because when I think about people that bought gifts in my life, that's the top of my list.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, I think someone gave me a dead squirrel once. That's above that. Anyway, that's our episode of Yo Paulie. I hope.
Thank you for letting me sit in again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate it. Bob Betts gives you her best. She loves good dog. You know.
And feel free to vote if you would like him to show up again.
Thank you, Clark. Hey, Paulie, guess what?
I can't wait.
Yeah, do you know who's here?
Mike Marino.
Mike Marino!
Bad boy of comedy, New Jersey.
Mike Marino
I
in the
gotta be honest,
house.
that's the first time I've ever been introduced like that in my entire career.
Is that right?
Yeah, you asked him who's here. I'm wondering who's here.
Who's here?
Who's
You
here?
are,
Looking
Mike.
around.
Yeah. Paul and I just ask each other questions all the time.
We just ignored you for a minute.
yeah. Don't worry, we love you.
That was the type of introduction I could have waited outside for.
Yeah,
could have.
exactly, right.
All right, thanks. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you being on the show. I'll just give a little bit of background on Mike. He's also known as New Jersey's Bad Boy, as we've been talking about. Seasoned stand-up comedian and actor hailing from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. With over 3 decades on the comedy circuit, he's captivated audience worldwide with his sharp wit. Italian-American humor, which I can attest to. He's very funny. My wife Barb and I have seen him multiple times. Really funny comedian. And vibrant personality. His material often draws from his Jersey roots. And I agree, yeah. His family experiences and unique perspective on life as an Italian-American. Besides his stand-up career, he's also been on various shows such as The Tonight Show, Comics Unleashed, The Martin Short Show, and now the Randummies podcast.
The random.
Yeah, the Randummies podcast. Wow.
When you know that your career has hit its zenith.
Yeah, yes,
You're on the Randummies podcast.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting on the Love Boat or something. but in all the film projects, his love is his catchphrase, and we print this on his shirts for him. Make America Italian again. And he offers a comedic lens on life's absurdities and draws a lot of from a loyal fan base of his relatable, unapologetic humor. And Mike Marino is here today.
Wow, I didn't even know my resume said that.
Yeah. No, we wrote that for you.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we wrote that, yeah.
Good writing.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So how you doing?
Everything is going great. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for having me
Yeah,
over.
no, we appreciate it. Have you
It's nice
been
to
like
meet you.
have you been on the cruise circuit? Where you been?
Well, actually, I did New Year's Eve and a bunch of shows in Florida, and that all went really, really great. And then from Florida, I had to go to Los Angeles to do some shows.
Okay.
And everything got shut down because I was out there during the fires. So there was no shows and there was craziness. And luckily, I didn't have to evacuate, but I did get those phone calls that said, get in your car and run,
Oh, you did.
which was
Oh,
pretty
wow.
scary.
What,
And then
what like in those sections of the Los Angeles, you were there, or
Yeah.
Oh
Were you
wow.
able to see the fires?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Oh wow.
Very close.
Wow.
My house is in North Hollywood. It's been out there for about 35 years. And then I saw what I saw, and so it was pretty scary.
But-
Then I left there, and I land here in the blizzard.
It's yeah, exactly. But it seemed like Hollywood seemed to be maybe isolated from it, or were you impacted?
It was, but then there was that day when the fire went into the Sunset Strip, which you would think would be impossible, but it came out of the Hollywood Hills, and it was right at the legendary Magic Castle.
Oh wow.
And they closed down the Magic Castle. They closed down the Comedy Store. They closed down
Did
the
the
Laugh
Chinese
Factory.
theater get affected, or that wasn't?
Almost. Very
Almost?
close. That's Sunset, Hollywood Boulevard.
Right.
Is the Whiskey a Go-Go there and all
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Is
that's
that still
on
there?
the Sunset.
Yeah.
That's down
Yeah.
by the Comedy Store. I used to hang out there all the
Oh,
time.
you
when I
did? Okay.
first started playing the Comedy Store. We would go to the Whiskey Go-Go and look at the bands.
Obviously, I know it from like, well, I mean, I wasn't there at the time, but knowing it from the Doors, and that's where they started, and I always thought that was kind of
was a
cool.
club.
50s and 60s.
I had LA as one of my markets in marketing for years too, so I spent a lot more time over by Venice Beach area though, and
You're working
Marina
out in the
Del
gyms
Rey.
on the beach, lifting
No,
weights?
no, we were just remarking that I saw a rerun on the beach one day.
You saw him twice.
Saw him twice, yeah, right.
It's a legend rerun.
Yeah,
man. It
right,
was the
he was-
greatest
yeah.
TV show.
I got his autograph. I was all
Really?
excited. Yeah,
When did he pass away? It's been a while, isn't it?
yeah, it's
Been
been a
gone quite
while.
some time.
Actually, What's Happening was probably my favorite show growing
was.
up.
I
Great
couldn't
show,
wait to
right?
Come home from school to watch
Right?
that show.
Yeah, hilarious stuff. You know,
They don't
and
have that stuff after in the afternoons anymore.
we don't have those after-school specials anymore either. Like Jan Brady
Hey, man,
and
we're
stuff.
talking about watching the Little Rascals on a Saturday and a Sunday, the Dead End Kids, the Bowery Boys.
Loved
Three
all
Stooges.
Good
that.
old days. Three Stooges.
I used to love the Blondie movies. I used to watch those on Sunday afternoons. Unbelievable.
You know, I just remember like I'd come home and my mom would have I'd have milk and cookies and just sit in front of the TV and
Right.
watch cartoons.
Oh,
The
I
cool-
go for some milk and cookies.
So Paul and I both grew up in Northeast Philadelphia. I mean, we didn't know each other in Philly, but like where I grew up in Northeast Philly, Tarsdale section, my parents actually bought, we had our first color TV in 1975, believe it or not. But they bought an antenna that would point toward New York, and we had all the New York stations. So I kind of had it had a big influence on me growing up, even though I lived in Northeast Philly. I would watch all the New York shows after school, like all the cartoons and all that they weren't showing in Philadelphia. So cool.
Can you imagine just explaining that to like a young kid today?
Yeah.
They'd have to Google that.
Oh, this was like
antenna?
So,
what the heck is an antenna?
Exactly. And the antenna actually go and it would point toward New York, and it would get New York channels. It was pretty cool.
Well, we did when we
Wonderama I used to watch on Sunday mornings.
Wonderama.
Were you on Wonderama or
no,
anything?
but they couldn't find me. When they looked through the thing,
Yeah,
there's
right.
Joey, there's Frankie. I don't know where Mike is.
Yeah, where the heck's Mike?
when
you were on some soap operas and stuff younger, right?
Yeah.
Which soap operas were you on?
I think most of the soap operas I was on don't exist anymore. There was Ryan's Hope.
Oh yeah,
There
Ryan's
was this
Hope.
other
Wow,
one
that was a
kinda
big one.
Yeah, it was. I
It's
was
not
on
at
Ryan's Hope.
12:30. Not at 12:30.
Oh, you know that?
11, yeah.
The only person that knew about soap operas was my mother.
Well, you know Paul too, because he used to cut class and go watch soap operas at the country club diner.
The good old days.
All my children, one life to live in General Hospital.
Yeah.
It was As the World Turns that I was on for the longest period of time. I was on for about a year. I was on as a recurring character, but my scenes were with Marissa Tomei before she became famous. She was like 18 years old. I was probably like 23.
Wow, that's
like that.
amazing. That's really amazing.
That's really
Marissa
cool.
Tomei, she's great.
I recently took all the VHS copies of everything that I've done and I downloaded it through this system and I put it on a hard drive. So I actually watch those things now.
Is that like you've always talked about the Jersey Shore beach stuff that you used to film? So all that stuff as well.
Yeah, I archived all that onto a hard drive. It was pretty expensive, but I really wanted to have it because who knew that I was actually making TikToks in the late 70s and the early 80s.
Yeah, you have a lot of footage from what I recall.
Well, it's like when the bands used to, like, before MTV made videos and show. You know,
Yeah.
you never knew that. But you know, when you back to the antenna thing, is I remember when we first moved up here from Philadelphia. This is before cable. No, I'm sorry. Pardon me. Cable had started, but
Is this in the
before satellite
90s or
dish.
so?
Yeah, but
Just to give
we had
people
the
a
local
perspective.
cable. But in order for me to watch my Philadelphia sports teams, we went in the attic. We installed one of those huge antennas that you were able to rotate in, like you hooked it up to something that would rotate it. So I'd point in the direction of Philadelphia, and I'd watch, you know, the Phillies games. So I'd watch it like this, but I was able to, you know, make it out. But that was, you know, able to do that. And then, you know, DirecTV came, and
I remember taking those aerials or those, whatever you call them.
The antennas?
The antenna.
Sure.
And then we used it as a weapon. You know, you just hit your friends in the head.
Exactly.
It was a sharp point, too.
Yeah, we used to play Kill the Man with the Ball. Yeah, that was fun.
but they
We would tackle each other on
Wasn't
the
there a
lawn.
game called Pile On? You just jumped on your friends?
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Pile
yeah.
On.
Paul and I did a
That's
a
called
podcast.
being broke.
Yeah, exactly. Where you're
How
making up
broke
your,
are you? Well, we're
yeah.
playing Pile On.
Yeah, we don't have anything else to do.
But you know what though? But we didn't have any of the things they had today. We just we would go out in the morning, and especially in the summer, we'd go out in the morning, play. Parents would call us in for lunch, have lunch, go out, call us in for dinner. After dinner, we'd go outside, and you know, it was just like we didn't need cell phones, or we had fun just all of us hanging out.
Yeah, like Paul and I did a podcast early on where we talked about sports we made up growing up, and one of them was wireball. My sister and I would play wireball for hours, you know, between the
I
houses.
never heard of Wireball.
So wireball is basically you have like either a tennis ball or a pimple ball, if you know a pimple ball.
I don't even know a pimple ball.
We
It's
call
a
it
ball
What
that-
show is this?
Yeah, it's
Pimple ball, wire ball.
This is Northeast Philly.
Northeast Philly ball. But you take the ball and you hit the telephone wire, and if you hit the wire, it's a home run unless someone catches it. We made up our own rules.
Do you know what half ball is?
Huh?
Do you know what half ball is?
Yeah, you can't find the other half of the ball, so you got the half.
Yeah, exactly.
Play,
You're
you
so
play
poor,
half-
you only have half a ball.
Yeah, but,
Half ball?
yeah. You'd play like baseball, but you would cut the ball in half, and you would play baseball with the half ball, and you could make it go all kinds of different directions. It's hard to hit. We saw on the wall of the school, we would draw the strike zone.
This is the best show I've ever been on. I got to be honest with you. Right. I can't wait to tell my friends. What show were you on? Oh, I was on the Tonight Show. What show were you on? There's a show in Clark. They play half ball. They whack each other with a wire.
Well, did you ever? Well, we used to do too. I don't know if this is a Philly thing, but when our sneakers got old, we tied the laces together,
a New York thing
and
too,
the telephone wires are top. We'd try and throw them so they'd wrap around the telephone wires.
Well, wasn't that supposed to be you were marking your territory as a gang?
I don't think we were
not
that.
being,
I don't think we were that sophisticated.
No.
I'm pretty
We
sure
weren't
that's what they meant.
organized enough.
We used to do that too, but your sneakers
Yeah.
over a wire meant that was that territory was owned by a
Oh,
gang.
interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
No, that was for us. It was a show where the Jewish people lived.
It wasn't sneakers; it was shoes.
Paul grew up in the Oxford Circle section of Philly. I grew up in the Torresdale section. And the interesting thing, like you're talking about with shoes, in my section of the neighborhood, you had to wear white Chucks. You could not wear any other color but white. Like
People
it was
out there know what Chucks
territorial.
are, you know.
And in Barb, my wife's neighborhood, it was black Chucks. I don't know if you guys had that kind of rule.
Barb gets so excited when she sees my Chucks.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she
Yeah.
does. Yeah, she loves her Chucks.
I thought this was a clean show.
She almost upchucked.
That went right out the window.
that went right
Somebody please tell me they're tuning in.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you watching?
We'll be right back after this
Yeah,
commercial
exactly.
break.
Right.
Now a word from our sponsor, Half Ball.
Half ball.
I'm trying so hard to keep the show clean.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, let's get
That's
rid of the
okay,
word
'cause
ball.
That's okay because we have Bridget here. She can edit it.
He had white chucks,
Yeah.
he had black chucks, we had powder blue.
You had powder blue, really?
Doesn't handball sound like a surgical procedure?
Oh, wait till we get to the TP Bob section of this conversation.
What game did you play? Half ball.
Now, the funny thing is, it's something that I wanted to bring up because I know Mike pretty well, and I've seen him podcast, and he does this live from his mother's basement out of Scotch Plains. Pretty cool stuff, and he has great guests on all the time. But one of his characters I think is so funny because it's my last name, and that's Cousin Mooney.
Oh, Mooney.
Yeah. And that has nothing to do with me. Like, Mike had that character before we ever
How
met.
did you get that name?
There used to be a surfer down on the Jersey Shore when we were kids, and we would go surfing with him, and his name was Mooney. And he was the typical stoner. He had long blonde hair, and his shorts were hanging off his, half ball, and it was weird, but I don't know if we could say that.
That's fine.
But,
that's fine.
He would go to the beach in dead of the winter with just a T-shirt on, and his name was Mooney, and he used to walk around talking like, yeah, if you want to buy my surfboard, it'll cost you $2.50 bills, dude. So we wanted to be like him.
Right.
But
That couldn't be any more the opposite of me. By the way, I am not that Mooney.
Well, I bet he didn't drink Coors Light like you did.
No, he does not drink Coors Light like me. No, nobody does. Mike knows that even. Mike stocks
I always
it
have
in.
Coors Light at the house when Jim comes over.
Yeah, he's got all.
How much do you have?
Get rid of it. Oh, he can drink. He's a nice Irishman.
Yes, I am a good Irishman. And Mike has a cool old refrigerator.
That
It is
refrigerator,
really cool.
1948.
Love it.
The Westinghouse?
You know, like the one that you pull the
General Electric.
General Electric?
You know the one where you pull the handle and
Yeah.
it opens up and
It's like
all
with the old
white.
ice trays.
Yeah.
Little ice trays.
Yeah,
got them
he's
too.
got those
He has
too.
3 of them.
Yeah, he's got a pretty retro basement. It's pretty cool.
Are your taxes still the same? They were when, those.
Yeah, I don't think the taxes are still the same.
Not so bad. I'm
Yeah.
good. Live from my mother's basement, we're doing really, really good. We got 355 episodes out now, and some really cool
that many.
sponsors.
Wow, yeah, wow.
And if everything goes right, you can now watch the show not only on YouTube, but it's going to be on the Laugh Factory website, which is the hottest comedy club on the planet.
That's awesome.
That's great.
That's awesome. And we've been the sponsor with Minuteman Press.
That's right.
Of Mike's show.
I'm wearing a Minutemen Press shirt.
Yes, right there. And Diablo Moon, our other brand, has been a sponsor of Mike as
Jim,
well.
you haven't realized that the world around here is all your Minuteman Press.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's over here on Raritan Road,
No, but I mean the stuff that you've done for me.
This
and,
whole set, yeah, is all Minuteman Press stuff.
So what made me? I'm curious. Tell me about. Let's make America Italian again.
What's the question?
Tell me about it. How are you going to make America Italian again?
It was a spoof done on what Donald Trump started to do when he first came out and said, Make America Great Again. So I decided I'd come up with a phrase and call it Make America Italian Again. And what we were doing is I had a cast of 6 stand-up comedians, and we would tour in the country as if we were running for president of the United States. One of the clips hit 15 million views.
Wow.
We toured the world.
That's
We went to
amazing.
Dubai. We went to Canada. We went to God knows where, all over the planet, just with that whole Make America Italian Again. And then we made tracksuits, and we got them from Minutemen Press, and we made pants and hats, and it's still all over the internet, and it launched one of the funniest TV shows. I think there's 18 episodes still on the
gotta
internet.
check that.
you can watch.
That's all. I gotta check that out.
I mean, if you like humor, I mean, you'd have to really fight not
Well,
to
I'm
laugh.
friends. I'm
It's-
friends with Jim, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. You got to have
I
a
like-
sense
yeah,
of
I got a
humor
sense
with
of humor.
that. Yeah, for sure.
We also spun it off into another series called The Adventures of G.I. Giovanni,
Oh my
which
God,
is when I
that's
explained to
hilarious.
everybody that the G.I. Joe doll wasn't really in the army. He was a mob boss. His real name was G.I. Giovanni, and his brother's name was G.I. Joey. And he had a girlfriend. Her name was Barbie Doll. We kept it on the side because she was married to a guy named Ken, and nobody really liked Ken.
so Barbie doll was the Guma.
Yeah, I didn't say that. This is your show. You said that. I'm keeping it clean.
Paulie said that.
Barbie Doll didn't really hang around with Ken that much because he only played half ball. She was looking for the whole ball.
Ken was a surfer too, wasn't he?
You need to get an audience.
Yeah,
here,
I know,
'cause
right?
I don't even know if
I
this
know,
guy's
it's-
getting half of these jokes.
It's like hard to react. There's no reaction going on.
I can't
here
wait to
for-
watch this
Yeah,
playback.
Yeah, right. It's hard to tell sometimes if it's funny or not. Trust me, Paul and I are looking at each other like, is this funny? Like, when we're
It is
saying
funny.
stuff, yeah.
It is. It's
It
funny.
is funny, yeah.
I hope so. Either that or I'm going to go get a job at Home Depot.
Now that would be funny.
Thank you very much, Paulie.
Do they have an Italian section?
But Mike
Paulie,
is
you're a
part
great
of
co-host
his,
or whatever it is, but you're never going to make it home.
Mike is part of his show, does G.I. Giovanni as part of the show, and it's hilarious, the entire bit that he does. It's
I've been having a
so
lot of
funny.
fun with it, and we've been really
It's
lucky
really
because
funny.
now we have celebrities doing the voices.
And he even does, he still does the green screen with the dolls.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all.
What is that?
Yeah. It's hilarious. He takes like G.I. Joe dolls with green screens and like does this whole
We do
G.I.
this whole-
Giovanni thing.
That's
It's really
You know, that
funny
all
stuff.
started because
Yeah.
I went to a garage sale, and I wanted to see if my G.I. Joe dolls were worth any money. I have 3 from 1965. And I took them to this place, and the guy goes, I'll give you $1,000 a doll. I'm like, put them back in the box. I didn't know they were worth that much money.
Wow.
And then I started realizing I had all the episodes from the snowman and the guy who went to the desert and the secret of the mummy's tomb. And I researched the whole thing. So then what I did was I put them in front of the green screen. I started filming them. I got my celebrity friends to put their voices in the doll. And here I am playing with my G.I. Joe dolls 40 years later, or
Right.
50 years later.
You have a
55
Seawolf,
years
I
later.
think, too, right?
The Seawolf, I sold
Seawolf,
the
yeah.
Seawolf.
Oh, you
no,
sold
I got
that?
the Seawolf.
Oh, you got the Seawolf. Oh, thank
Seawolf
God.
is this big, goes
I had a
underwater.
Seawolf growing up.
Actually, that's one of the scenes I did. I took one of the dolls and I sank him with a rope down. He was supposed to be going into water.
It's hilarious.
He's in front of the green screen. So
Oh,
it looks
it's
like
absolutely
he's in the water.
hilarious.
The joke is he went to go save Barbie doll because she was drowned. But when he gets down there, he realizes it's not Barbie doll, it's the sister Skipper. So he goes, pull me up, pull me up. I don't care about Skipper. Then she got eaten by the shark because we had a shark. I made him an Italian shark because there's also a squid, and I called him the calamari. Is it too early in the morning for this show?
Yeah. No.
it's never too early.
So, anything you want to talk about coming up? Any shows, things you have going on?
Luckily, we changed the name of my tour. This year is going to be called Out of My Mother's Basement
Oh, cool.
because the web series is doing so well and the podcast is doing so well live from my mother's basement that I figured I'll call that the ongoing tour. So miraculously, I am booked for the entire year of
Oh,
2025.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
4 shows
That's
a week
awesome.
for the whole year. Whether
That
it's
is awesome.
whether it's on cruise ships or some theaters, whatever. That's why I said we're going to order a boatload of new shirts now.
Nice.
We're going to change it and have it say live from my mother's basement on the front, and on the back we will have my catchphrase. I can't say it on your show, but we'll put it on the back of the shirt.
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah.
Don't take no blank from
Yeah,
nobody.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
stuck.
yeah. Yeah.
I got people saying it wherever I go.
Yeah. You say it at the end of your show
That's
as
right.
well. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
How does it, obviously now we're in more sensitive times. How has your comedy evolved, to stay, within the confines of what the people think today, and they don't, there's, I would say, softer, more sensitive. I don't know.
I don't change anything. I'm still who I am. And the reason being is I don't do anything offensive anyway. If you're offended by what I do, then I don't know what you were doing at my house.
Right.
Yeah.
My comedy's about me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yours is definitely not
And anything
offensive.
that goes on in anybody's life for real,
Right.
anybody will identify with that because it happens to them too, or it's yet to happen. So as I get older, if I talk about ailments and my leg hurts and my back hurts, who's going to get mad at me? They're offended by that?
No.
It could be somebody who say something, but I'll just say, well, then get up and get out.
It's amazing what people get offended at these days, though.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
But if you're a comedian, you got a quick wit, you could flip it and say, you know what, I'm offended that you're offended.
So how did you get the Jersey's bad boy moniker? Where did that come from?
California, I was out there doing some stand-up, and I became friendly with Andrew Dice Clay. And his moniker is Brooklyn's bad boy.
Ah.
So when he did a comeback tour in the 90s, he grabbed a couple of guys from different states. So they had Brooklyn's bad boy, New Jersey's bad boy, Florida's bad boy, you name it, Chicago, whatever it was. There was a girl on the show as well. It just stuck.
That's great.
And then
That's great. I didn't realize it went back to Dice. That's great.
90s.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's still around, I think.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
He is.
He's still
He's a great
kinda
actor.
touring. Yeah. He's been a lot
selling
more,
out.
Seems
Oh,
more
that-
like he's in more films than touring now, right? Yeah.
Oh, that
a
skit
good
he
guy.
did, the
Yeah,
skit
good
he
guy.
did with De Niro, Roberts, Pacino at the zoo.
Oh, yeah. He imitated them all perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was
was-
hysterical. I saw that recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that at Madison Square Garden. He did 5 different actors, and he spot on.
It was just.
His Eric Roberts was incredible.
Yeah, right?
Eric Roberts, how the heck can you do?
took my dub,
Hey,
Jimmy.
Charlie, they took my dub, Charlie. Hey, what up in here, Charlie?
A long time ago, he came out with a rap song, and he was recording it at a studio in Studio City, California. And me, the guy you mentioned before, Sebastian Maniscalco, and Wheels Parisi were the backup singers.
With Dice?
Yes.
Oh,
So while he
cool.
was singing, we were in the booth going, boogaloogaloo, boogaloogaloo, boogaloogaloo,
That's great.
boo. And we were the Boogaloo Boys.
I didn't think it was Eric Roberts. I figured it was Dice Clay.
Dice. He's something else, man.
But anyway, we want to thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, of course.
We really
Yeah, it was-
appreciate it.
Well, you guys promised me pork raw leg and cheese on a hard roll.
Absolute-
That's why I came. Where's
Yeah.
my sandwich?
But
It's at Manny's Diner up the street.
I love Manny's. That's a great diner.
It is
the
a
only
great
problem
diner.
is it's Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
It is. Manny's Diner is fantastic. He got me to Manny's Diner.
Yeah, well,
love
it's right
Manny's.
up the corner, right around the corner from my shop.
You're gonna
so
walk
yeah,
over there.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike and I have had lunch there actually, and Paul and I have had lunch there too.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so
Actually-
let's go to lunch.
Let's go to lunch.
Actually, when we first started this,
yeah, that's where
we-
we
it's
met
when-
at Manny's. Yeah, here.
why is it always everything revolves around food?
Yeah, it sure does. Especially delis. Right?
Especially delis.
Or
Food is
diners.
family.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah. But again, we really appreciate you
Yeah,
being
Mike,
here
thank
today,
you so
Mike.
much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
It was
much.
great.
Thank you for your time. We
And I hope I make it home.
Mike Marino.
Half ball.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. We're good.
Oh, it's the mystical and magical Jimmie the Moonificent. Moonificent sees all and he knows all. It's a psychic of epic proportions. He has not seen these questions before, but yet will divine the answer to all prior to knowing any question. These have been properly sealed and prepared by the fine folks of Minuteman Press in Clark, New Jersey. Now, with further ado, I foist upon you Jimmie the Moonificent. Woo!
Silence, please. Oh, silence, please. case, I need to fully concentrate. May your nose not know the unpleasant sulphurous scent of overflowing porta-johnies at an asparagus festival. Yucca! Ka-ching!
Welcome, Jimmie The Moonificent.
Thank you, Sir Paulie. So nice to see you. I love your new digs here at TV36. Oh, I'm very impressed.
Well, they're glad to impress you.
Jimmie is impressed. Yeah. So I will give you the answer, and then I will divine the question. That's how it works out here in television land. Yeah. Okay. Let me divine the first answer. I'm divining. I'm thinking. The answer is Taylor Swift.
Taylor.
Yes.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Very
Taylor
topical,
Swift.
right? Yes.
Yes.
Very topical. Taylor Swift. Would you like to know the question?
I'm waiting here.
Okay, Taylor Swift. What do you call a seamstress that sews quickly? Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Munificent cast upon you. May you be sandwiched between the Kelsey brothers on a 4-hour podcast after they eat a lot of beans and garlic. Yucca. I'm divining, Sir Paul, divining. I'm always ever divining. Okay, I'm going to divine the next answer. And, it's very Jersey. Pork roll.
Wait. Yeah, it is Jersey. Pork roll.
Pork roll. Well, do you call it Taylor ham or pork roll, Sir Paulie?
I don't call it either.
You don't call it either?
No, I don't like either
Well,
one.
the answer in this case is pork roll. Would you like to know the question?
I'm just,
Are you dying? Do the Randummies want to know?
Probably more than I do.
Pork roll. What do you call it when Porky Pig falls down a hill? Yucca. Okay, I'm going to divine the next answer. Are you ready?
Ready.
Can you think of it? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, because I got the script.
Oh, yes, that's right. The next, the next answer is tuna roll.
Tuna roll.
Tuna roll.
Tuna roll.
Yeah, you know, like the fish, tuna roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to know the question?
Randummy Nation wants to know.
Tuna roll. What do you call it when Bill Parcells falls down a hill? Yucca. Munificent cast upon you that your Easy Pass malfunctioned at the Bon Jovi toll booth on the Garden State Parkway. Yucca. Okay. Thank God we're to the final answer. I'm going to divide finally the final answer. This is over.
It just can't be over quick enough. The Easy Pass malfunction at the Bon Jovi booth of the Garden State Parkway.
Yes. Have you ever driven through there, Sir Paul?
Yeah, it gives my car a bad name.
Yikes. Okay, the final answer is Frank.
Wait, Frank?
Frank. You want to know the question? To Frank?
Do I have an option?
No.
Okay, let's have it.
What's the best way to speak with Sinatra? Yeah. Munificent.
Oh, man, the great
Yeah.
Jimmie The Moonificent.
Thank you. And I'm playing all the local theaters like the Rialto. And I will be over there at Prospect 16 next week for your show. Yes?
The Rialto's been closed.
Oh,
for
the
a while.
Rialto's, are you sure?
Yes, you can
Oh.
perform on the page.
Oh, are they just like drawn characters on the wall?
Yeah, they're
Oh, I thought they were real people.
They are. They're going to
you
reopen,
sure?
but right now, yeah, I'm positive.
Well, I will be at your live show at 16 Prospect.
Oh, man, I can't wait for that.
I think the Moeller Express comes right into the Westfield train station.
Yeah, how was your root canal?
My root canal was good. It was very canally. Anywho,
That would be cannoli.
cannoli. No, that's cannoli. That's a food. Yucca. Jimmie the Moonificent signing off. And welcome back. Woohoo! Wow, that Jimmie the Moonificent, he's quite a character, isn't he, Paulie?
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, right?
He's up there at having a bad breakfast.
Pretty much. I think he did catch the Molar Express out of town, by the way.
How's his tooth doing?
I'm not sure. I think he's a little down in the mouth. Or is that what they say?
Only if they see a bad dentist.
Only if they see a bad dentist.
If they see, a good dentist, then you won't be down in the mouth.
No. Anywho.
I feel the overwhelming desire to just go boom, boom.
Boom. We are here now with Jimmie the Moonificent parting on the Molar Express. We are here with Elizabeth Clee, and she is the Director of Communications for the town of Clark. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Well, thanks for having me.
Good friend, colleague of ours. Known Elizabeth a long time. Really appreciate you being here today and having us on your TV.
Yeah, we really
as well.
appreciate that. We do.
We really do appreciate it. And so just want to give a little bit of background on the township of Clark. It's located here in beautiful Union County, not to be confused with Onion County, New Jersey, with a population of around 15,000 residents, covering an area of approximately 5.5 square miles. The township is known for its strong sense of community, excellent public services, vibrant local events. The town offers a blend of suburban living with close proximity to larger cities. What larger city might that be, Paulie?
Philadelphia.
Well, sort of. New York City.
Oh, come on.
It's 20 miles from here.
Well, Philadelphia's 20 miles from here.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
go
not.
95 miles.
I don't think Philly is. I think we need to check your sense of direction.
Philly's
there,
about
Paulie.
90 miles
As
from
the
here.
crow flies. As the
As-
crow flies.
You
As
know,
the crow
and,
flies.
and also being a business owner here in the town of Clark. Love the town of Clark. They're very friendly to business here as well. But as far as the residents, they provide them a comfortable and convenient lifestyle. And it places a high emphasis on safety, education, and maintaining a quality of life for its citizens here in the town of
How are the
Clark.
schools here?
Good.
Good.
Really good, yeah. Matter of fact, we just opened a couple of days ago, the first for our town, free pre-K
Nice.
for 3 and 4-year-olds. It
Oh,
was-
really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You know, my
Just
wife works in that world, right? She runs 10 schools here in New Jersey, in the pre-K world.
God bless her.
Yes.
That's a lot of
Yeah, no, it is, yeah.
lot of moving parts.
And her previous role, she was 150 schools across the country.
Oh,
so,
my.
Yeah,
Oh my.
yeah. So she oversaw. So, but welcome, Elizabeth. It's so great to have you here. We really appreciate it. And again, we appreciate being on TV36, only here in Clark and Mountainside, right?
Yep.
So,
And did you know something
hi, Mountainside.
famous? What I discovered, this will come in later, but Clark, New Jersey was named after Abraham Clark, who was a signer of the Declaration of Independence.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And I saw that in your show notes the other night. I
Yeah.
was very surprised by that.
1864.
Yeah, Clark was originally part of Rawley.
So it was established in 1864. Wow. Just before the ending of the Civil War. So if you think about that perspective, wow.
Or the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl.
Giants
good.
and Eagle fans can all laugh at that.
Oh, man. That's
true.
good.
That's true. When they had wagon trains back then.
Yeah, Cowboys watching it on VCRs.
They were eating from a
Exactly.
chuck wagon back
were.
then.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It's 3rd and 10. Bring the horses.
That was a good one, Paulie, I got to
Yeah,
say. That was
yeah.
pretty
Thank
funny. But, yeah, so the town of Clark is great. Love being a business owner here in Clark. Very friendly to us. And We had a wonderful grand opening, right, a year and a half ago.
Yeah, yours was definitely a memorable one, I gotta say.
Yeah,
That was fun.
That was like
was fun.
that was what I was calling my palooza.
You were calling it Palooza.
I
That's
was.
right.
I
yes,
called it my
yes.
palooza, but I mean,
Listen, food trucks,
But they
free
call
ice
food
cream,
trucks-
booze, music. I mean, we
Yeah.
had it all.
yeah, we sure did.
All the food and ice cream.
And Mike
they
Marino
closed
was
too-
there
They
too.
closed too early.
What's that?
Food trucks and ice cream.
Well, we had to. We had the. You know, it was 8 o'clock, but by that point, and so, you know, we
His
wanted-
neighbors were trying to kick us out when we got there, so we did pretty good.
Well, we wound up hanging out at the shop probably till almost 11
there
at
for a
night, though,
while.
afterwards. So.
Little did I know.
Yeah,
That's where I
yeah,
first
we were
met
hanging
Bridget.
out.
I met Bridget.
That's right. Bridget was helping us that day as well.
Actually, that's where I met
And
Mike.
your
Right.
parents.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
met Mike
your dad.
there, yeah.
Your dad.
But-
Your dad.
Yeah, my dad was there, that's right. But we had, I think, about 150 people.
Yep, that was
And
a fun grand opening.
incredible support by the township there that day. So I can't say enough good things about the town of Clark.
Well, the truth is, people knew there was food there.
So, like, what events do you guys have coming up this year? I know one in particular with the
Right,
chamber, but
right.
but go ahead, you can.
So, you know what? There are always events going on in Clark, except for maybe when it's 3 degrees outside.
Well,
so
yeah,
we'll,
it's a
we'll
little
pass it up
cold, yeah,
now.
yeah.
But there's always something going on, and I'm just going to sort of go in chronological order. But
Sure,
if
sure.
we start in the spring, we have this massive egg hunt for kids.
Oh,
which
wow.
is really a lot of fun.
Can Paul come out and play too?
You want to play the Easter Bunny for us?
Can Jewish people play this?
You do whatever
why
you want.
not?
It's a free world.
Then I'm good.
All right. And then we do, you know, we have the usual parades from Memorial Day and all of that. But coming up this year, we are doing the second annual street fair that we do with the Chamber of Commerce that
Yes.
you were just alluding to.
So the Rock the Block.
Rock the Block Clark,
here, and
yep.
it's right here outside of these doors that
What is
we're
Rock- what is Rock
taping
the
in.
Block?
It's a big street fair. It's like,
They section off Westfield Avenue right here
Live
outside.
music?
Yep.
Bands?
Yep, live
Yep.
music, beer and wine truck.
vendors. Yeah, there's lots of
Vendors.
food trucks. Yep, it was
That's
great.
nice.
It was
Yeah, and the Greater Westfield Area Chamber of Commerce is Clark is a part of the chamber, so it's one of the street fairs that we do, in the spring, summer, and into the fall. So
That's one thing I like about the small town. You get the small town feel like you have Clark and other towns like that. They always have all those events going, and it's such a great thing. It brings the town together.
It does. It
It
does.
really does. You get to know people because a lot of people come home from work, they drive right into the garage, close the garage, and you don't see anybody. And
Yep.
this brings the people out.
No, it really does, and again, it's such great support by the town. They're great partners to the Chamber of Commerce for sure.
And that is definitely a chamber-run event. That's not Clark doing. And when we're making the space available, we're making resources available wherever we can help. But that really is the chamber doing that event, and that's a popular one. Other things like we have huge 4th of July fireworks. I mean, a lot of people from surrounding towns come here for the
And where
fireworks.
do you guys shoot those off at?
Across the street at the high school. They're in
Oh,
the-
you do?
They're in the back
Oh,
of the
interesting.
field.
Okay.
But we can fill up the whole
I
front
thought
of
it
the field.
might be at the park over there.
Don't tell him we're there. He'll go hang out
Oh
right
no,
next
you
to
should
them.
totally come. The streets
No, I am
closed.
not. I
People are all
actually don't
over.
like fireworks.
We have DJ.
I've never liked
No,
fireworks.
I've never been a fan.
Yeah.
They're okay.
But don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people do. Don't go by me. You know what I mean? Most people
Now you
do.
make me want to drag you here that
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
but,
But I would watch them. Well, in New Providence, what's cool is we kind of live a little bit elevated where we live in Murray Hill Square, and they shoot the fireworks from downtown New Providence, and we can see them from
Right.
where we are. We don't have to go downtown to watch them.
That's great.
That's really
great.
cool. So.
That is great.
And I caught one on film, and it was a giant heart. It was
Oh,
really
that's very cool.
It was
That's
a really
very cool.
cool shot. Yeah.
Very cool.
And I always post that. It looks like Love American style kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How does Township of Clark support local businesses and encourage economic growth, which I'm when you support people that encourages growth, support businesses.
Right.
What is there a plan to do that, or is it just evolve organically?
I think anybody who works here would tell you that the administration, past and current, really supports us as we support the businesses. Like, we really want to be proactive, be out there with the business community, be able to get to know them. Like, they show up and we're there. We're like the neighbor with the cake.
Yeah.
As soon as we hear about somebody's
no.
there, one of us is reaching
Is
out.
it from Vacaros?
So we like to reach out. We like to make sure that they know that we're here. We want to do anything we can to make the process easier,
And
right?
they absolutely do. And the other thing that the town does that I know of is you guys do a welcome kit.
We do.
That's amazing.
We do.
For
We
all
do.
the new people that are coming into town, resident-wise,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming business-wise too.
Yep. Yep. So it is, and because you think about starting a new business, wherever your business is, you had to start somewhere new once, right?
Yep.
And it's about, okay, what are the permits? What are the rules? What are this? What are the ordinances? We want to make that process as easy as possible. And then we do participate in things like you talked about, the grand
The
opening.
grand
all that
opening,
kind
and
of
it was
stuff.
great. I mean, it was so much support from the town. It was really terrific.
Right.
So we really appreciated it.
And you know, another thing.
And we felt really welcome here in Clark.
Yeah.
And we actually had our best year in business ever last year.
You know
That's
what it
awesome.
does
Now
too?
being a part of Clark, so thank you.
It does too. It just brings the community together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does.
And we do business profiles too, where we will either have someone come in here or we'll go out to the business with a camera crew and we'll talk to the owners and they tell us about their business. And then we air it on TV, we air it on our YouTube channel, any of those things to just sort of let the community know who's here.
Yeah, I've
Any way
known
we
some
can.
businesses that have partaken in that,
Yep.
and it's great. It's a
Yep.
great service that you offer out, not only in the town of Clark, but it also goes out to the town of Mountainside too.
Well,
right?
yeah, if it's applicable, yes.
If it's
yes.
applicable, yeah. And that's great that
Absolutely.
you have that affiliation with another
Yep.
town even.
Yep.
We love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, actually, we have a shared service with them where we actually run their TV station
Oh,
with
nice.
some
Is there
of
a
our.
Clark train station?
There is not. There
What's
is
your
not.
closest train station?
Broadway.
Rahway?
Were you going to say take the
Linden.
last train to Clarksville?
I was not.
Oh,
No,
good
no.
one.
Is that what you were
Good one.
thinking?
Don't make me start singing. I used
yeah.
to love the Monkees.
Take the last train to Clarksville.
You know, but so it's all these things. And you know, another thing with the businesses too, and is inviting them to participate in all the events. So like we talked about some of the events, but then we have these other ones and we do a trunk or treat, and a lot of the businesses come and park themselves out there and get to know our community.
Oh, trunk or treat. Oh,
Same
cool.
thing.
Trunk or treat.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize you guys did that too.
Yeah, businesses come and set up there too.
Oh,
We
really?
do
That
get
once-
to know them.
Is that
once
here?
and
in the-
I got a muffler.
Paul got a catalytic converter.
There you
It was
go. Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah, a lot of
I was
those.
getting
Yeah.
candy, and I was like, I got something, piece of metal with a Midas sticker.
Paul got a catalytic converter and
Oh, my gosh.
and a rear view mirror.
That's funny. And same thing with we do it's like a winter wonderland out here with snowmaking and all when they do the tree lighting and the manure lighting and all that. So businesses are invited to join us on those things too. But I tell you one of the most interesting things, working with businesses, we've had them sometimes come to us and say, hey, you know, make our lives a lot easier if you could help us this, that, or the other. And we want to hear that sort of stuff too. So
They-
we
you
think we're
absolutely
very
do.
business
To
friendly.
encourage the
You
feedback,
absolutely
and
Absolutely.
and it doesn't appear as if you're like, okay, you're going to tell us something and we're going to ignore you. You're really proactive about it.
They absolutely
Absolutely.
are, and I can attest to it because we have a business here,
Yeah.
literally half a mile from this studio here in Clark. So it's a testament to everything that this town does. So it's terrific, and we love being a part of it. So.
Yeah, well, we love having you here. You're a great
Yeah.
business partner.
Well, thank you. We do appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to promote about the town, things coming up that you'd like to talk about before we wrap it up here?
No, I can't think of anything else right now, but you know, you can always hit me with more if you.
And,
you want
the website again is
OurClark.com.
OurClark.com.
Yeah.
OurClark.com.
And if you put a / notify me on the end of that, you can sign up for all kinds of news to get.
Oh, cool.
So you'll know about those events.
I
You'll
am
know
going to
about
do
business
that.
openings. We'll tell you all of it.
OurClark.com / notify.
me.
I love that. Oh,
Notify me.
notify me.
Yep.
Not you.
Right, me.
Notify me.
Oh, me.
Me.
Me,
No,
yeah.
you're me. did I mix you up?
No.
Okay,
I
good.
think we're good. We're good. Listen,
'Cause I
didn't-
always mix Paul up.
I'm just totally confused by that discussion you just had.
Yeah. me.
it is really fun
But-
being here with you guys. You guys
Well,
are doing
yeah.
a great job.
Well,
I think
thank
the
you.
studio hasn't had this much fun in a while.
And we want to give you a lovely parting gift for being such a lovely guest on our show.
Thank you so much.
Which
I
is
appreciate
a
it.
Randummies official candle. And if you look on the bottom, you'll see it's Lucky Clover.
All right, Lucky Clover.
Lucky Clover. We work with Wicked Good Candles who produce them, and we put
Very
our
nice.
labels on them, and we give them to wonderful guests.
So should I light them when I'm listening to your podcast in the future?
Absolutely, yes.
Randomly?
Yes,
Light
you
it?
should.
You
Yeah.
light it,
And
pour
we-
a glass of wine.
I didn't show it on the show, but we gave Mike an official show hat when he took off today.
Thank you for
so-
not giving me hat hair.
Yeah, no, I knew
This
you'd
is
like.
beautiful. Thank
No,
you.
we
you
always
can
give the
light it,
ladies.
get
The
a glass
ladies.
of wine while you're driving. You know, you can listen to
The ladies get the candles. The guys get the hats or shirts.
I got a
Maybe
rock.
candle. Paul got a rock and a catalytic converter.
Maybe you should come to our trunk or treat this year. We'll make that up to you.
I should.
Yeah.
Well, he
I
is
need
a-
some
Actually,
hubcaps.
Well,
we're
Paul
driving
can-
some business for you, giving
yeah,
candy to all
Paul
those
can,
kids.
Paul can hand
Yeah.
out his cards.
Exactly.
Paul
After
loves
all that.
candy.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, thank you so much
Keep
for
rocking
being
on,
on
guys.
our show today,
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Thank
you
you.
were a lovely guest.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you so much. Cool. So again, check out Mike's upcoming schedule at MikeMarino.net. That's MikeMarino.net for ticket information and showtimes. Again, Mike is funny comedian, great comedy entertainment. We've seen him multiple times, and he's really funny.
I've got to check them out.
Yeah,
I
he's
will.
really funny, yeah. And our newest sponsor, 16 Prospect Wine Bar and Bistro. It's located in the center of charming Westfield, New Jersey. In the front, they have a warm bar, lounge, stage area featuring live music, while a 72-seat dining room occupies the back. That's actually where we'll be taping live the last Wednesday of each month. Their menu is a reflection of the varied interests and the eclectic tastes of the owners, extremely unique among restaurants in Westfield. Their dishes feature fresh ingredients accompanied by bold flavors, a focus on making everything in-house, down to the bread, fruit, juices, cocktail mixes, and bar snacks. This dedication to excellence is at every level adds up to a memorable experience. Right, Paul? Don't we love it?
Love it there.
We love it there. Great people, great atmosphere, incredible dishes and beverages. Located in downtown Westfield at 16 Prospect Street, across from the firehouse and the train station, just off of North Avenue.
And years ago,
Westfield.
next to the firehouse was the Jolly Trolley.
That's right. I wasn't here at the time. Did you used to go to the Jolly Trolley? No, I didn't either.
No.
I've never been to the Jolly Trolley. That's because 16 rules.
That's true.
They are the best. And then there's Flower and Park Dental Excellence with our partner here, Dr. Paul Banks. Dr. Paul Banks. Yeah.
What's with the Elvis?
I'm not sure. I've got to go into the Elvis or hunk of burning teeth or something. Anyway, you can check them out at flowerandparkdental.com. flowerandparkdental.com for more information. Anything you want to say about your new office digs?
Yeah, we just remodeled it. We have a lot of modern technology. We've got a software that can detect tooth decay and gum disease. We've got a...
Can it detect brain deterioration on my part?
I don't need anything to detect that.
Okay.
But just redid everything, and we're also in the process of acquiring more things for the office, updating the office with more modern technology.
Awesome.
But we do it to really, we care about our patients and their dental health.
Yes, you do. You do care.
I do.
You absolutely do. And then there's Minuteman Press and Clark with me, Jim Mooney, my son Seamus, my niece Bridget over there here in the house. We're your branding and printing partner. So all the stuff you see here on the set, we printed all that. And you can visit us at nj213.minuteman.com. That's nj213.minuteman.com for more information on printing. Wow, what a great conversation with Elizabeth, right?
That was
wow,
great.
She was great.
It was great.
It was incredible. Learned a lot about the town of Clark, right, and all the events that are going on in the town this year, this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're gonna wrap it up here, and so a reminder that we're going to be taping in front of a live audience next week, the 29th of January from 6:30 to 8 at 16 Prospect in downtown Westfield. Live, yeah. We're going to have a live show. Like I said, it's kind of like a coffee house feel with a wine attitude. We're going to have some musical interludes with Nick and Lily. We're going to have our friend that plays Robert De Niro on, Bobby D. He's going to square off against T.P. Bob. That should be fun.
T.P. Bob's making another appearance?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
It's got to be his last.
Jimmie The Moonificent might show up there too. I'm not sure on that, but I don't think Jimmie's. I think that was a lie. I don't think Jimmie's going to be there. And then we are going to have a random guest.
Well, Jimmie The Moonificent, we could have an answer would be guess who's not coming to the show next week.
Exactly.
And the question would be Jimmie Moonificent.
Guess who's not the answer is guess who's not going to be here. The question is who's not coming to the show or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, you can watch the promo on our YouTube channel at Randummies on YouTube if you want more information about the show flow, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'd like to thank Mike Marino for being here today. He was terrific.
Awesome.
What a great guest.
Awesome.
He's so funny. I always love spending time with Mike. He's a lot of fun. You can check out Mike's schedule at mikemarino.net. That's mikemarino.net. We'd also like to thank Elizabeth Clee and the town of Clark for hosting us today. Woohoo! And you can check them out at ourclark.com. That's ourclark.com. And we'll see you next week live at 16, as we will see you every Wednesday, every last Wednesday of the month at 16 Prospect. From 6:30 to 8, we will do a live show on the last Wednesday of each month. And we'll see you out there. Looking forward to meeting up with the Randummies. And finally, we have to thank the people that make this happen beyond Paul and I. We'd like to thank our fantastic Randummies team, producer Ange Mooney, production and editing, who's in the house, Bridget Hanlon, and executive producer Seamus Mooney. Join the Random fandom, and you can catch us on both Spotify and on YouTube. And for us, Jim and Paul, where we say, hey, Randummies, always stay Random-esque. It was very random meeting you, and now you're part of our lives, the Random family. Thank you, TV36. Thank you, Town of Clark and Mountainside. Yes. Much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a topic you would like the Random-esque podcast to discuss randomly? Please email us at randomesque@gmail.com. That's RANDUMBESQUE@gmail.com. This has been the Random-esque podcast produced by Moonrock LLC. And remember, always stay Random-esque.